The great tree on the magical island. Captain Tuto loved to sail the seas freely with his ship. One night, a storm broke out, and his ship sank. Captain Tuto managed to survive by holding on to a piece of wood, but he drifted here and there with the waves. When the sun rose, he found himself on an island. In the very center of the island stood a giant tree. He began to walk around to explore the island. After wandering for a bit, he realized that it was a magical place inhabited by fairies and witches. He then sat under a large tree and got lost in thought about what he would do on the island. While Captain Tuto was thinking, the evil-hearted witches, who had noticed his arrival, prepared a beautiful feast and invited him to their territory. At the end of the feast, one of the witches said to Captain Tuto, "You can build yourself a ship by cutting down the great tree. That way, you can escape from the island." "That's a wonderful idea," said another witch. They then gave Captain Tuto a magic axe. With this idea in mind, Captain Tuto left and went to the great tree. He looked around it. "Yes, if I build a ship from this tree, I can escape the island and sail the seas freely again," he said. At that moment, the good-hearted fairies, who lived on the other side of the island, came to Captain Tuto. Captain Tuto told the fairies what had happened. The fairies said to Captain Tuto, "The great tree is magical and very important for our island. Every year during the migration season, migratory birds come here to rest on the tree. You must not cut down the great tree." Then they left his side. Captain Tuto thought all night long, "Should I build a ship from the great tree to save myself, or should I not cut it down so the birds can rest?" When morning came, the good-hearted fairies and the evil-hearted witches gathered around the great tree. Captain Tuto was also there with the axe in his hand. The evil-hearted witches shouted, "You must cut the tree. That way you can build your ship. Cut it, double quotes, while the good-hearted fairies shouted, "You must not cut the tree, you must think of the birds. Don't cut it, double quotes." Then, suddenly, there was silence. Captain Tuto raised his axe into the air. As everyone watched with curious eyes to see what would happen, Captain Tuto swung the axe and threw it into the sea. "I cannot cut down even a single tree, not even for myself," he said. With that, the witches' plans to make magic brooms from the great tree fell apart. The fairies joyfully thanked Captain Tuto. Just then, the migratory birds began to appear in the sky. They perched on the tree. Then, the leader of the birds learned what had happened. He turned to Captain Tuto and said, "If you had cut down this tree, there would have been no other place for us to rest on our migration route. Unable to rest, the birds would not have been able to cross the ocean and complete their journey. There would be no birds left on Earth." He gathered the birds and told them what had happened. Then he came to Captain Tuto and said, "You thought of the birds by not cutting down the tree. So we will make a basket for you and rescue you from this magical island." And they rescued Captain Tuto from the magical island and set him free.